I've been wanting to do a video like this for a while, but with Spider-Man Remastered and Miles Morales coming to PC, I figured it was a good time. I want to live in a magical place where every game ever made was released on PC, specifically for GOG or the Steam store, and the port job itself isn't terrible. I have no reason for hating Epic Games, but I just do. I hate that store. Microsoft has been doing this for a while now, and with high play counts for games such as Forza Horizon 5 and Halo Infinite, Phil Spencer has said that he likes this model. Keep a few console exclusives under your belt so you have something against the other console manufacturers, but release everything for PC. This makes sense on a surface level. PC gaming is just getting more and more popular year after year. There's also an elitist bunch on PC that refuses to play on consoles, but would be willing to pay for the product if it was available on their platform. So Microsoft is already on board with this, with their latest major games coming out on PC and console the same day. This comes with the drawback of people not wanting an Xbox as bad, but Microsoft has already stated they don't care as much about selling plastic as their competitors. One can skip the Xbox Series machines completely and still play all of this generation's biggest games. Yeah, you'll miss out on some classics like Banjo-Kazooie with that sweet backwards compatibility, but it's unfortunately not the system-selling feature that many make it out to be. All that Microsoft cares about at the end of the day is one thing: money. Many would argue that Sony's stance on PC makes a bit more sense. They were releasing all their biggest games on their console first, then releasing them on PC. God of War originally came out in 2018. When Sony got around to putting it on Steam in 2022, it topped the sales charts for 2 weeks straight. That's not bad for a game that was originally released back in 2018 and is being charged for $50. Uncharted 4 and Lost Legacy are also supposed to come out later this year. Releasing these games on console first gets people in their ecosystem, then releasing them on PC later, that just prints money. In a recent investor meeting, Sony said that by 2025, 50% of its games will release on PS5, 30% will be for PC, and 20% for mobile. Sony is also estimating that it will make $300 million in revenue this year from PC ports alone. There is simply too much money to be made here. Letting more people pay for these games should be priority. This is especially important because at the moment, PS5s are so hard to come by in MSRP. These late ports don't quite have the evergreen legs that Nintendo's first-party games do, but they'll get a nice second win in both online relevancy and sales when they hit Steam. Speaking of Nintendo, of course, the one major company that will refuse to do this is Nintendo. In a way, it's kind of baffling. They'll bitch up and down about how piracy hurts the company, then offer no legitimate way of buying most of their legacy games. When the 3DS and Wii U shops go down, we'll lose the official way to buy digital versions of NES, SNES, Nintendo 64, Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, Wii, 3DS, and Wii U games. Obviously, some pirates just pirate the games because they don't want to pay for them. I get that. But I think Gabe Newell's quote put it best. For most gamers, it's truly about availability and supplying extra incentives that one wouldn't get from pirating the game. I'm not buying a copy of Chibi Robo for $100 to play it. I'm just not going to pay that shit. I'm going to play it on Dolphin. Imagine if one day they just let loose like a cannon and put all their games on Steam. I guess the Steam store will eventually go down, but that's not anytime soon. These games will be better preserved and will be purchasable for a much longer period of time if they're on Steam. It could be argued that retro gaming is a niche within a niche, but Super Mario 3D All-Stars sold 9 million copies on Switch. That game collection bundles Super Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine, and Super Mario Galaxy together. I think some of their big gun franchises, like Mario, Pokemon, or Zelda, would generate a lot of sales on PC, even if they just kept it to legacy titles. Speaking of older games, I think that throwing a port on Steam is a nice way to try to get some more dough on it. I was so surprised to see Monster Rancher 1 and 2 DX come to Steam. Now, instead of people getting nostalgic over it, finding out that a physical copy is way too expensive, which leads them to emulate it, they can now buy it and support it. This is Monster Rancher of all franchises. It is a very niche franchise by today's standards. I get that porting games can be more intensive than we would think as consumers, but are you going to really tell me that Koei Tecmo did the market research and found that this would make money, but Nintendo thinks a Steam port of Super Mario 64 wouldn't be profitable? I think that there's just way too much money to be left on the table here. PC gaming is only growing year after year. As I said before, a good chunk of them are PC Master Race elitists that will refuse to buy consoles just for a few exclusives. Because at the end of the day, it's all about money. I may love my dumb pieces of plastic all over my gaming room, but I still dream of that day that I can legally buy all of our games on PC. It would make playing the original Digimon world less of a hassle, okay? I hate having to sub the PS3 every goddamn time to play that game.